All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take a look at ICP Internet Computer Protocol, because when I look at this thing, I just see opportunity and opportunity once again. So I have completely turned bullish here on ICP Internet Computer Protocol. Of course, I did not go ahead and pinpoint the exact bottom right here, but I think right around $5.50, $5.60. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity actually. So I'm looking at a few things here, on the chart and the general market conditions, and I think I'm actually much more bullish on ICP because of what is happening outside of ICP, because we are seeing that generally right across the board something definitely has changed, unlike what we were having like over the last few months where we had like only a few altcoins pumping and doing great, the rest of them pretty much going sideways. According to this data, that is no longer going to be the case. We're going to be seeing pretty much almost everything moving towards the upside. So the blockchain baker was posting this indicator here, which shows breadth in the market. Now, when we're saying breadth in the market, we are saying that money is not concentrated on a few items, but rather spread across the whole board. So everything has got a chance to go ahead and push. So that's the same thing here that we're going to be expecting here with ICP, because ICP does not exist in a bubble. It also moves right in tandem with the rest of the market. That's number one. Number two, I'm also looking at this chart here, and I'll just show you 4, maybe 5 examples of a chart like this. This definitely is a bottoming structure. Let me show you a quick example right there of something like Dogecoin. This is back last year in, I would say, August, and you can see really you don't need a photographic memory to understand that's the same thing that ICP was showing. Maybe we can go ahead and copy this structure right there, right? And then we go ahead and paste it on the ICP price chart, and you're going to see that, look, that's pretty much the same thing that we see there. Take a look at this. It's very much easily represented here. We can just fix it like this, and then of course you are looking for the ICP price to complete its bottoming structure right there and then start pushing towards the upside. So that's bullish for ICP, but of course maybe one example is not all that enough. We can take a look at an example of SUI, and you also see this same kind of price section here is something that leads the market towards the upside. This was also happening back in 2024. Now maybe you're saying, oh, okay, we need recent examples. There you go. You also have pretty much the same thing happening, just as with the recent move of SUI that we just saw right there. Okay, the next question is like, why is ICP not doing the same if SUI is doing it? The thing is that ICP, as I said at the beginning of the video, is not usually a leader. It waits and sees what the rest of the market is doing. Then, of course, when it's time, it starts pushing, right? So that breadth indicator that I was showing at the beginning of the video, saying if breadth opens up, it means that everything else really has got a chance. I know there are individual reasons why ICP also could really pump, which have to do maybe with things like token burns, which have to do with unlocks, which I'll mention actually later in the video. But just from a technical analysis standpoint, the chart is looking okay. It's looking very good. A few more examples of that bottoming structure here for ICP Internet Computer would be Cardano back in 2020, and you were seeing that's almost really the same thing right there. And take a look at this 1, 2, 3. Then you're also coming back to ICP Internet Computer Protocol. I don't want to complicate things, but there are some things which you can visually see. 1, 2, 3. That's how this thing's bottom, and you start really pushing towards the upside. So we're going to be looking at price targets shortly, but I think we have to set the base to say that, okay, the bottom is already in to begin with, and we can start buying the ICP price. And just from my own mind, I don't think that you need extra calculation too much to think about, okay, how high can we go? Because once you get back to the resistance of right around $21 here from where the price is sitting, you're already looking at something like a 261%. I think that's okay. That's decent. Obviously, I don't think that's also the end of the ICP price. I think it can do way much better than that. We'll talk about that. But maybe before I continue, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm in understanding that, yes, this video may be short and straight to the point, but it carries information that the community needs right there. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on ICP and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. Now, outside of those other things that I've been talking about, one major shift that is happening right at this point is the falling of the Bitcoin dominance. So what you are seeing here is that in recent years, the Bitcoin dominance has really climbed up and crushing altcoins like ICP Internet Computer Protocol and a whole bunch of other different ones. However, as of last week, this has broken trend, and things like these ones, I'm telling you from experience, I don't know if you're going to believe this or not, they fall very quickly. This is a rising wedge. Rising wedges are bearish, meaning in this situation, this is bullish for altcoins, because basically capital is going to be flowing out of Bitcoin and heading into altcoins like ICP Internet Computer Protocol. So if this falls towards its bottom, we're looking at billions and billions of dollars coming back to pump the market. Now, ICP is only $3 billion in terms of its evaluation. We don't need much to be pumping like 3, 4, 5x, 10x even. I think it's something that can be very, very much possible here, even beyond that, to be honest with you. If you remember, the last time that ICP hit somewhat of a pump was also back here when the Bitcoin dominance was starting to drop. Now, what you see down below here is the ICP chart, and you can see it moving a little bit towards the upside right there. So this is a nice development for the ICP price. I mean, if you go back to the 600% pump that we were having from like right around, I think this was $2 up to right around $21 right there, what you were seeing is that the Bitcoin dominance was, sideways / towards the downside. So this is something that has always been bullish here for ICP Internet Computer Protocol. On top of that, the best indicator here showing that breadth has opened up in the market. I think it's something that is great. Now, as I said, we also have got some things which are isolated to ICP. One of the bullish things that we are seeing here is that there is only going to be one other unlock. So yeah, selling pressure is going to zero here on ICP Internet Computer Protocol, because the VCs that had early allocations in ICP are not going to be having anything to sell because they're out, right? So there's going to be one last unlock of this whole thing's happening on the 11th of June. That's exactly a month from today. And of course, with that, there is going to be a relief in terms of selling and finally let the price go, right? Now, you may be saying that, well, has that actually happened in the past? I'll give you one very small example. Jasmine had the same problem, but their vesting schedule was way quicker and was way much more aggressive. So yes, the chart crashed 99%, but from the bottom until where it peaked the last time we had like an active market, it had actually pumped in like a 20x and stuff like that. So great things would actually be happening here for ICP Internet Computer Protocol. Another example that I can give that I lived through was XRP. There was a period in time in which Jeb McCaleb, which was the CEO of XLM, a competitor to XRP, he had an allocation of XRP, so he was selling this XRP each and every single Friday, and the price was basically flat for XRP for a very long time until he was done selling. This is when we started seeing the price, relieving and starting to push towards the upside. Now, you may be asking me, what are my price targets here for ICP Internet Computer Protocol? I think, first of all, we have to target the resistance on top, which is right around $21 here. Now, from where the price is sitting already, I have said that this is almost at 300%. Why am I not buying the ICP price? I don't really see a reason why not to, because this is a great profit, obviously. But I don't see this being the end of the cycle for ICP just to do it, a 2x, a 3x, and that's all. I actually expect the price to go ahead and test the top of the resistance because, we don't have to forget something in crypto. It's very volatile. However, what happens is that you may find yourself erasing months and months and years of downward price action just in 1 month with one candle, one good candle that really wipes out everything. Examples of that include something called XCN on Xcoin, months and months of downward momentum erased just in 1 month. So in my humble opinion, I've learned never to give up on any cryptocurrencies, and that's the same thing here with ICP as well. So I'm expecting all those price targets as high as even something like $80-something. Now from here, around this levels, I'm going to be looking to take some profits, some chips off of the table because I have to be rewarded for buying ICP down here when everybody is, trash talking it and stuff like that. What is going to be happening when you get back to those levels is you're going to be surprised with what ICP does because the price is now higher, and this is when new people are coming into the market, or even people who are already in the market right now who say it's trash and stuff like that. When there is great price action, people are going to find reason as to why this thing is bullish. And I will not be surprised if I start hearing people now talking about, oh, this is the fastest blockchain on planet Earth. It can handle so many transactions and stuff like that. So you see the kind of banter that we have in our community. We are the nerds, I would say, right? We know all these things at this point. But imagine somebody learning those things for the very first time when the price is close to $100. Man, I'm telling you, the sky is the limit for this whole thing. I still maintain my price target of right around $200 here for ICP Internet Computer Protocol. And it's going to be a nice journey for us to walk through this whole thing and see what eventually happens. Now, before I go, there is this welcome bonus that our partners over there at LBank, the exchange, are doing. They are doing somewhat of an airdrop, right, of what you deposit into your futures account. Let's say you go ahead and deposit about $800 in your futures account. You can receive up to 350 USDT that you can go ahead and and trade. I mean, it's a bonus if you win, then you also make profits out of that. $1,000 will get you right around 450. It's almost like 50% of what you are depositing, right? I also encourage everybody to go ahead and read the rules, because this is very, very important. The link is already somewhere there in the description. Now, of course, I mean, if you're looking for a trading group, we have got one that we are taking trades time and again, amazing ones. These are some of the, earlier screenshots that I took of our trades. Jasmine was up 466%. We also had Tron 112%. I think there was XRP as well, almost a 4x. These were trades that I was announcing about 3 weeks ago in that group, and I think we are selling pretty by the tail coin. This was, I mean, was it 3 or maybe 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 250%. I think is also looking safe. We have got more, some of them in losses, because I mean, there is no perfect. You are not going to be having a perfect world where we just win. But of course, I mean, when we're losing 50%. But when we gain, we are winning 400%. I think it's just a great thing altogether. Now, in Patreon, if you come to the link that is going to be somewhere there in the description, you're going to see where it says $100 per month. That actually is not the case. It's only $100 per year, and we have got 2 slots left. So I'm really begging, if you are not really serious about trading, please leave it to people who need such a service. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. I will see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye bye.